All right, everyone. Uh, Thanks for joining me for this free 1 hour uh, session on Sundays. Um, I would like to, and again, thank you all for making the time. Assalamu alaikum to everyone here. That just means peace and blessings be upon you. Many of you already know me. Many of you know me via LinkedIn. Many of you perhaps have seen, let me not say many, let me say some. All right, some of you perhaps have seen my post on Reddit, on some other social media platforms. Just a little about me before we go into today's session. A lot of people are joining at this point. Okay. So as you all are aware, I don't know from if you all have seen the flyers on LinkedIn, on Reddit, what this would be about every Sunday for 1 hour would be, let's just come, talk about AWS, review some of the important concepts, topics. Like I mentioned in the flyer, this is not to prepare you for any specific certification. But I do plan to, uh, follow one of the, one of the most sought after certs out there, right? So I'll take it, from cert by cert by cert without, being specific to any cert. These sessions are to, from what I've seen in the industry, as many of you know, I'm a full-time solutions architect myself, right? And one thing I like to do in the community is, to share this knowledge with everyone. Uh, with that said, for 1 hour every Sundays, we're gonna come and talk about services in AWS. And these services, from what I've personally seen working as a full-time solutions architect, are services that you should be very comfortable with. Right? If I have time at the end of the sessions, you can ask me any career-related questions. I get a lot of those, especially on my LinkedIn. But with these sessions as well, you probably have an opportunity to ask me live. But that would be that would be though when I say, if you have any questions now, and that's if we have enough time at the end of every 1 hour session. With that said, one of the other things I wanted to add is what else here? Let me just get an idea on the chat. How many of you have some experience with AWS from before? Like you have some, it could be, it doesn't have to be AWS actually. Any technical background, IT, just put in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Excellent. Very good. All right. If you all noticed, good to see that. A lot of people. If you all noticed, I put in the description. I put in the description of the LinkedIn post that I put out there, and in all of the posts that you probably got this information about this session. There are some links in there. There's some links in there to show you. Sorry, there are some links in there that can teach you basic IT fundamentals, right? So if you don't have any IT experience or background, and you want to join this, absolutely, right? You learn it now, you revisit it later, it just gets easier later on, right? So, but please, I'll recommend, if you did not so far, at the end of this week, please watch those videos, the one with the IT fundamentals, highly recommended, and also the 18 minutes Linux video, right? The 18 minutes Linux video, it's very, very important, right? One of the things I'm going to be sharing with you guys on these sessions is, kind of what you need to look out for, right? Things you need to make sure that you're familiar with to be successful in this field of cloud computing. For those that just joined, please go on mute if you don't mind. So mute your audio and your videos. Just go ahead and mute your audios and videos. I can get some. I'm getting some feedback. I think someone is not on mute. Thank you, guys. Thanks. All right. I believe someone is still on. Still not on mute. Please check and confirm, please. So where was I? What was the last thing I said? All right. Yeah, those YouTube videos, the Linux one. Some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you guys on this sessions is, things you should look out for, like I mentioned, as you are looking to go into this cloud engineering field, right? Cloud engineering, solutions architecture, some companies give them different names. Some companies will just call you a cloud engineer. Some will specifically call you a solutions architect, right? No matter what they call you in these sessions, whatever I share with you, I hope it will greatly help you as you, navigate this field. With that said, there's a video. For some of you that have taken my the local classes I teach. I know for the general public that are not aware, sometimes in my local communities, I organize classes where I teach on weekends. But these specific ones are, free to this 1 hour sessions are meant to be free to the entire public, right? To the entire public. So some of you might have seen this video before, but we'll go ahead and still share this video, right? Yeah, I am Sadiq, I am recording this session. Yeah, I am recording this session, and this will be publicly available as well. All right, so I'm gonna share a video with you all now. It's gonna take 6 minutes. Whatever I share with you all in these sessions, please note that it is very important, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, right? Anything, part of these sessions is to be more like a mentor for all of you, right? If you're going to be joining these live sessions or watching the video after, one of the goals of this session is, you have a mentor here that you can meet every Sundays. I have to put should I say a disclaimer or just a FYI here? I may not be able to do this every Sunday, right? And that's why I said in my in the link that please join that Telegram channel so you would know in case this join link changes, right? That could change. Maybe I can switch to Zoom tomorrow. Who knows? Join that Telegram channel so you get that update. Very important. If not, you won't be able to join the next sessions in case I change the join link. I hope to keep it to this, but it depends on how much I continue to like Google Meet. So with that said, see this more also like a mentoring session. Whatever I share with you guys, it is very important. Take notes, revisit these videos if you have to. A lot of great stuff we're going to be learning, God willing. So let me go ahead now and share that video with you all. It's going to take about 6 minutes. But I feel it's a very good motivational video to help us all get started. Okay, I'll be posting the video on the chat now. Let me admit someone real quick. Okay, here's my email. Okay, so guys, take this 6 minutes, watch this video, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, we'll be back in about 7 minutes. I'll give about 7 minutes for everyone to watch this video. If you're just joining, please watch this. I say it's a very motivational video to help us get started on this first session. So watch that video, and we'll be back in after we're done watching it. Let me make sure I'm that's the right video. Just open and check real quick. I'm gonna play an ad. Okay, it is. It is. If you just join, a lot of people joining. If you're just joining, please go on mute and watch that video I just posted. I'm gonna paste it again. Okay, watch that video. I want us to, start on a good note with some motivation, to help us push forward as we continue in this journey of learning AWS. Okay, so watch that video. Please mute your audio and your video. Please mute your audio and video and watch that video that I just posted. I don't know, maybe I should stop admitting people at this point. Yep, it's a tech talk. So this is the video. For those of you watching that are going to be watching this later, the recording, that's the link to the video. Just want to make sure I add this to the recording as well, so you can see it. I will be posting it in the description. All right. All right. I hope you all got some motivation from that video, like I did. And I've always thought, this video is something I just have to make sure I share with everyone. For those of you just joining, thank you for joining me for this live Sunday sessions for 1 hour. Let's quickly have in the chat. Tell me, I want to see again, like I mentioned, for those of you joining me in this, for those just joining, this is take these sessions as a mentoring session as well, right? Whatever I ask you to do in these sessions, and for those that are going to be watching the recording later, please do it. It's important, right? I shared this video because I know sometimes when we start to learn something new, right? Sometimes we might think that when we're learning something that is too difficult, right? I'm going to give up. It's too difficult. I don't like this, right? It just looks complicated. And one of the things I do when I teach, and I mentor people in the community is what this lady just put in the exact words I would have loved to put them, right? No matter what you're learning, and some of you might say in maybe a couple of weeks from now, cloud is too difficult, I don't want to learn it anymore, and then you stop, right? That's not the mindset you want to have. I shared that video because I want you all to have the right mindset. Nothing is difficult if you set your mind to it, right? So everything I share with you guys in these videos, any demos that we do on AWS, if you don't understand it, right? One of the things I always recommend is, of course, you'll have the video to rewatch, right? You can rewatch the video, but also look for other sources out there, articles, YouTube videos, other demos on YouTube, and just revisit, right? Repeat and repeat and repeat, right? If I'm going to share my story with you all in this session, we're going to take the whole session, but I want us to at least do a demo on one thing that that's important, part of the services that I'll be sharing with you guys in this course. But just as a summary, right? I started as help desk, and some of you already know this, right? I started as an IT help desk, and today I'm a solutions architect at the biggest cloud computing company in the world, right? Was the journey very easy? Absolutely not, right? But after watching that video, I think that's the best way I can explain it, right? Everything takes patience, right? Everything takes patience and perseverance, right? So please be patient. Don't get frustrated if you were not able to complete a lab, or to understand something the first time. You have to revisit. You have to repeat, right? Find other sources that explains it, right? At some point, it'll click, right? So let's all start, with that mindset, and hopefully, inshallah, as you continue to learn and learn and learn, things will fall into place, right? You would look at cloud and you'd be like, I'm enjoying this, right? I'm loving it. I started to learn cloud computing, guys, in 2016. I did not like it, right? I was like, I don't know, too many things to learn here, right? And I and I stopped, right? And I was doing help desk at that time, recently graduated from college. But then I came back to it. I came back to it because the whole world now is all about cloud, right? Every company is moving to the cloud, right? No matter what industry you're in, we see this every day, right? Government, healthcare, finance, education, everybody wants to move to the cloud. So it's very important, right? Especially for those of you that have, made that. Some of you are already, doing this. You already know AWS. Some of you are just, looking to switch careers, right? So this field is a very, very lucrative field, I must tell you. So be patient. Try to follow everything I recommend for you guys in these videos, and you will do amazing. You'll do amazing, right? Now, has everyone logged into the AWS console? Actually, I wanted to say something. What was one thing, I wanted to check this before we move on. What was one thing you learned in the video? Just in one word. Let me see. If I get 5 people, I'm good. One word. In one word. What did you learn from the video? Great. Okay, that's good. Consistency. I like that. Working hard. Very good. Environment. You can do it, right? Yeah. Be committed. Be committed. Yes. Yes. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Thank you, guys. That's good. Give it a try, right? Persistence. I like that. D. Persistence, determination. We all need all that to succeed in anything, right? That we've set our mind to. Okay. When I explain, let me go ahead and share my screen here so you guys can see my where is present now, your entire screen, a window. Okay. This screen. Can I get a couple of yeses? Are you all able to see my screen? Are you all able to see my screen? Very good. Can you all, and is that what do you see? AWS Management Console? Do we see AWS Management Console? Very good. Very good. All right. Remember in this session, like I've said, guys, I'm not, specifically teaching you any, specific AWS certification. We're just going to do things that I know, are very common when it comes to cloud computing, things you should know if you're calling yourself a cloud engineer or solutions architect, of course, as it relates to AWS. I hope that all of you have logged into your AWS console. The first thing that you always want to do, is set a budget, right? Some of you will get, yes, this session is being recorded, Anthony. Yeah, some of you would, maybe you're starting your job on Monday. We're going to assume we have a fictitious company, right? We're going to call that, let's call that company MK, right? My first and last name, MK Training, right? So let's say you're starting company X on Monday, right? One of the first thing you want to do, right? If your company is not already all fully set up and all that, is to think about budgets, right? As the cloud engineer, as the solutions architect, when you build solutions for your company, right? When you, you're working on a project, you need to, help them, with you're the guy with the AWS knowledge, right? So what can you bring to the table? One of the things you always want to start with is, or one thing you might be recommended to do by the finance team is, can we set a budget, right? And yes, we can set a budget, and you should set a budget so you can be notified, right? If you're gonna be, if you cross the free tier limit and you're gonna have to pay at the end of the month, right? So budgets will allow you be able to set, like an alarm, if you want to call it, right? To say, I don't want to spend more than, for example, $1 every month, right? So most companies set budgets, right? If you haven't done that so far and you've been using AWS, I highly recommend that you set budgets. Now, there's the old way of doing it was you use CloudWatch alarms, and that was a little complicated, right? That was a little complicated. So AWS, created budgets, and these just make things, everything, it just makes it much, much more easier to do. So let us go ahead now and set a budget, right? And we're gonna set a budget for $1, right? We're gonna set a budget for $1. If you're in the AWS Management Console, if you just created your account today, this might not work for you. So be patient, but just go ahead and open the same thing. It'll tell you if you have to wait 24 hours. I want you to open that and search cost, type cost in there. Cost Explorer. Can everyone hear me? Someone here says they cannot hear me. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone else hear me? Ah, okay. All right. So Mofak, I think it's on your it's from your end. Please check on your end to make sure that you're connected. So Cost Explorer. Everybody go ahead and search Cost Explorer and open Cost Explorer. Okay, open Cost Explorer. And this might be the only demo we do today, but that's okay, right? Remember, we're gonna try to come back here every Sundays and learn more, okay? Today was more, I know we did more of introduction, right? About 30 minutes into, we had to wait for people and all that. But don't worry. As long as you try your best to stick with me, this will really, really help you as you look forward, right, to being successful in this field. So here's my account here. I have 0. Most of you should have this. How can I hear you? I'm not sure. Sorry, Mafak, I cannot help troubleshoot in this session. These are very short sessions. Don't worry, you can watch the recording later. And you should be able to hear everything. Okay? Oh, you figured it out. Very good. Glad. All right, everybody. We're an AWS Explorer, right? You're an AWS Solutions Architect, a cloud engineer. If you have not, if you're already working in the field, go tomorrow or what's tomorrow? Monday, right? Talk to your teams about this. Hey guys, did we set up AWS budgets, right? Many times, working full time myself as a solutions architect, we see, a lot of people, right, not doing this basic thing that you all need to start your accounts with, right? Set a budget, right? Set a budget. Very important. So let's go ahead and click on budgets on the left here. Can you share your experience how to be successful in AWS interview? Yeah, let's hope I have about 5 minutes at the end of this session, and I'll share something about that. Okay, I'll share something important about that. All right, let's just get this lab done for today. At least every week, I want to make sure we do something hands-on, right? We touch something in the console. So let's try to get this done for now. Let's set a budget. Very easy to do. Very easy. If you're watching this video, why it's not up to an hour? I had to pause the video at some point. Okay, so don't worry. You're probably seeing the only the most important parts of this video. Okay, everything is boring, right? But you know what I mean. So AWS budgets, there it is. AWS budgets. Go ahead and click on create budget. Okay. And part of these sessions as well, guys, is now you can comfortably say on your resumes that you have hands-on with whatever we're going to be doing in these sessions every Sunday, right? Now you can, there's no one thing I always tell my students and people I mentor in the community, don't put false information in your resumes, right? Whatever you say you can do, make sure at least you have done some hands-on on it on AWS console. And part of these sessions is to make sure that you're able to comfortably say that, right, on your resumes, right? I know I have EC2 experience, hands-on experience, S3, and all the other services we're going to be talking about. Okay, so go ahead and choose cost budget. That's what we're doing. I'm going to click on set your budget. Okay, I'm going to click on set your budget. I don't know, did I get dropped? Can everyone still see my screen? Google just notified me that I'm sharing my screen. Can everyone still see my screen and see what I'm doing? Very good. All right, guys, let's call this monthly budget. Just give it monthly budget. All right, let's call this monthly budget. Monthly budget. Period is monthly. And see, you can do this here quarterly, annually, or daily as well. All right, but we want to do monthly because you get charged monthly, right? You get your AWS bills monthly. Whatever I do in these sessions, I plan to stay within the free tier. If I'm ever gonna go out of the free tier session, free tier, I will let you know. Okay, I'll let you know. All right, and we'll also see in the console, it'll tell us, hey, this is not free tier. Okay, so most of the time when you're doing these labs, you'd be able to see from whatever you're trying to configure on the console, it'll tell you there's no free tier, right, for this. So we're setting a budget here. It's a recurring budget. Start month is November 2020. Leave it at November 2020. Leave monthly budget is fixed. Budgeted amount. I'm gonna say $1. Okay, I'm going to say $1. Okay, I'm going to say $1 here. Show my dollar sign. All right, you don't have to put a dollar sign there. It'll automatically add it for you. So $1, we want to say every service, right? We want to say every service. You want to do this especially if you're in charge of the master account, right, in your company. So you want to say all of that. And what else here? I'll just go ahead and check everything. Check refunds and check credits. That's fine. So we know if we have some credits or if we're getting some refunds. Put all that notification in one place. So everything about money we're getting, or we're getting money, or you're taking money away from us. Let's just check everything. Okay. So that's all we want to do here. Service is going to be all for all regions and all that. Go ahead and click on configure thresholds. Okay, we're going to click on configure thresholds now. All right, so what we want to say here is, if I'm at around, now this is what I'm going to do. If I'm around 80%, right, of $1, right, 80% of $1. So that means if this is at 80 cents, and for some of you joining from other parts of the world, thank you for joining. Saudi Arabia, India, thank you guys for joining. I know you might be seeing something different here, right? The currency. That's fine. Maybe you can do an estimate. You can put any amount. It doesn't really matter, right? So we're going to say here, you want to at least put the lowest amount. Something, I don't know, close to $1, less than $1. I don't know the conversion rates. So just put a low amount, right? Something that maybe you can afford, if in case you want to be notified if you're starting to incur costs as you're using AWS services. All right. So I'm gonna say 80%. If it's at 80%, then we want to be notified. Right now, I'm gonna put my email here. This is my public. I'm gonna put my publicly available email here. Gmail.com. Okay, so I specifically created this for this a training that's public to the entire world. So it doesn't matter, you can also put example at gmail.com. Okay, but if I were, this is an account that I'm going to be using for my testing, you want to put your email address. Okay, don't put that email don't put that email address that I have there. Okay, um put your email. Yes, exactly. Kalyan Krishna. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Yeah. So notify us um when we are getting there. So let's go ahead here, and that's the budget threshold. Let me see what else can I add. An additional that one is good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and confirm budget. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and confirm budget, leave everything else. As you can see there, to add a budget action, but this is basically what we want. At 80%, notify me via email when I get to that amount. So budget details, it's asking us here to confirm budget, right? Monitor your cost against a specified amount and receive alerts when your user defined thresholds are met. Exactly what we want to do, what you should do as a best practice. If you're working in AWS and your teams are not already doing this, um, trust me, sometimes, you could be accruing costs and you'd never know, right? At the end of the month, you're going to see $500. And you're like, how did I get to $500? Right? So this is why this is important, right? So when you get to a certain threshold, you're notified and you can quickly go in and check, right? Did someone hack into my AWS account, right? And I'm now having 10 EC2 instances, or so different services are running and things like that. And that way you're notified, right? I hope you guys get the gist of that, right? So this is the threshold, 80%, one email recipient, and I hope you all put your email in there so you're notified. Go ahead and click on create. Go ahead and click on create. Okay, so again, like I just mentioned, guys, this is important as well, right? Because you never know, it happens. Some people can get their AWS account hacked. Maybe you're putting you left your email and password at a restaurant, on a table. You know what I mean, right? So that way, even if you start incurring costs, right, you would know before you get to an amount that like that's just impossible, like $10,000 or $100,000. And I hope that never happens with any of you, right? So this would help you in that as well. I won't be able to get to the IAM part of that today. I want to leave some few minutes every weekend so you guys can ask me career related questions. Okay, remember, these sessions are mentoring sessions. Bring your questions. We'll try to do one demo every weekend. Sometimes maybe we'll talk about some services and we won't do demo, but I hope that doesn't happen. Every weekend, I really want us to at least do some type of demo in the console. You can modify whenever you want as long as you have permissions. Right, yeah, as long as you have permission. Now we're all logging in as root account. And don't worry, we'll talk a lot about IAM next weekend, right? We'll talk a lot about identity and access management. One of the most important services you should know how to use and configure as you're looking to become or are a cloud engineer or a solutions architect. Okay, so very good now, guys. Great job doing this hands-on today. Again, I know most of the time we spent on introduction. I think we really needed that introduction. We needed to have that mindset to help us get started and be able to. Oh, someone is still joining. All right, I'll admit. Okay, with that said, this is what I wanted to show us today. I wouldn't go into IAM today. I thought I would have some time to go into IAM, but before that, last minute thing before I let you all go. Okay. If you have not, my screen is showing check back in 24 hours. Yes, I mentioned that earlier. Remember, guys, I said some of you guys will get that screen. It will say check back in 24 hours. That's because your account is new. Okay, maybe you just created your AWS account this morning. It's okay, right? Check back within 24 hours. Watch this video later on, to see how we set that budget again, and you should be good, right? You have one demo in your books, right? With that said, we have 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes. Some important things I wanted to share with you all, which is a key thing that will make you, how can we reach you? Exactly, Wale. I'm going to talk about that now, right? I'm going to talk about that now. My Telegram channel, right? Part of my efforts, to, increasing my own knowledge myself, right? So don't think you're only benefiting from me, guys. I'm benefiting from you as well, right? Setting up these sessions to teach some of these things on weekends, on a Sunday for 1 hour. It's also helping me retain content, right? So we're helping each other out here. For you to, stay in touch with me and see other things that I'm doing. And also, like I mentioned in the beginning of this meeting, to be informed, stay informed, just in case I change the link to this 1 hour sessions on Sundays. Join my Telegram channel, and I'll be sharing that information here. Some of you might already be part of that Telegram channel. It's a channel where I share every day daily AWS quizzes, cybersecurity quizzes as well. When I say AWS, I mean cloud computing, AWS quizzes. At least we share 2 quizzes every day, sometimes 1, depending on how busy I get or how busy my mentees get. So I'm just looking for that link now. I don't intend to keep you all here for over an hour. So let me just get that here to join. Okay, here's it, guys. I'm going to paste it in the chat. I'm going to paste it in the chat now. Oh, you want my LinkedIn account as well? Okay, I'll talk about that in a moment. Is the AWS account setup is free, or you can send the link to open an account? I actually posted the account, how to join, in the information about these sessions. I'll see if I have enough time. Remind me again. I'll share the link. Just go on Google and type register for AWS account. I think that works as well. Okay. Let me see if I can find it handy here. If I can find it handy here, then I can just share that as well. Yeah, I have it. So this is one of the things I mentioned in the post. Guys, let me just share the post here. Okay, let me just share the post here. So that's how to join my Telegram channel. But before I divert, share a Google Calendar. That's a great idea. Share a Google Calendar. I will work on that this week. Ammar, thank you for bringing that. I'll work on that this week and then share that calendar, and at least that way you guys can, for you guys that have Google, you can just sync that to your calendars. But don't worry. One of the things as well, if I forget to do that, join that Telegram channel. It's you're gonna find it very beneficial, right? Trust me on that, right? Every day we share AWS quizzes to help you retain your knowledge of AWS. Also useful information. Part of my mentoring, part of my goal of mentoring others is to share resources on that Telegram channel as well. Okay, your contact information is not visible to other members if you join that Telegram channel, unless it's someone you know that you already have in your contact list. Then it'll show you their numbers, right? Otherwise, you don't see other people's numbers. Okay, I know some people sometimes are worried about that. Telegram is very popular, just like WhatsApp, very popular. It allows me to create these quizzes. That's why I love it, and I can have unlimited amount of subscribers as well. So guys, that's the Telegram channel. What else do I need to send? What did I say I was gonna send? Here's the LinkedIn post. Here's the LinkedIn post about this class. Useful information in the comment section. What else? Anything else I'm missing? Anything else? All right. Someone asked a question. I wanted to answer that before we close for the day. We have about 6 minutes. If you all are able to still see my screen, can you all still see my screen? Can you see this article I'm showing? Can you see this LinkedIn page I'm showing? Can I get some yeses? Very good. I've got a lot of messages about this article, like people from all over the world, right? Saying, thank you for putting this together. And in writing this article, I thought about a lot of questions that people had, right? I thought about a lot of questions that people have regarding, how can I get started in cloud computing? I'm interested. I'm switching careers from whatever you were doing before. Now you want to get into IT and cloud computing. I wrote this article, right? You can see the number of likes and number of comments. Read this article, right, and share this article with others that you feel might benefit from it as well. All of your questions about what resources are out there that can help me, salary expectations, what my resume should look like. A lot of people have been using my template resume, and trust me on this, I'm getting really, really amazing feedback, right, on how this has helped them at least get an interview, right? Someone told me when they updated a resume, to, be like mine, of course, making sure that you do not put false information on your resumes. And you guys know I'm always for some of you that already know me already in the community, I'm very big on that, right? The more sincere you are in everything you do, the better you see good things are coming your way, right? So stay away from putting things on your resume that you don't have, right? Don't say you can do this, or you have this experience, or you have that experience, when you really do not. Okay, again, patience, hard work will pay off. Patience, hard work, and let me add sincerity, right? Be truthful in everything you do, and trust me, before you know it, good things will come your way. This is the resume here. This is the resume here, and everything you need to be able to put all of this on your resume, I have put in this article right here. Let me copy that article and put it in the chat for all of you. Okay, that article, the link to the let me see, who is that? Need your help to crack the AWS interviews. Please share the resume template. Yes, the resume template is in that article. I'm gonna because I'm as an admin, so I can edit. I don't know if this is the link that I should share, but the link is in here in the article, guys. The link is in here in the article. But please just make sure you read this article. Trust me, you're gonna have less questions for me if you read this article. Of course, in these sessions, it's more for you to also bring your questions. And if we have enough time, I'll go through them. But please, 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 make sure you read this entire article. Do not skip anything. Remember, anything I share in these sessions are very important for your career. If you're looking to do good, right, in this field of cloud computing, Okay. I have 2 more minutes. A final question. You need my help to crack AWS interviews. A lot of people ask me that on LinkedIn. For that person, I don't know if you have an AWS interview coming. Message me on LinkedIn. I'll do my best to get to your message. I'll do my best, okay, to get to your message. You have your SIPs. I have passed the CISSP exam. There's a link in this article that I'm sharing with you that talks about how I passed the CISSP. If that's where your question is going, Darshan. I have an article there where I talked about how I passed the CISSP exam. John Bonso's exams, yes, I always recommend them. If you are studying for AWS, if you're using other sources outside, do not stop. These sessions are just, think of it as review sessions. For some of you that are just learning AWS, right? Think of them as review sessions, right? Think of them as sessions that you can come in and get some good pointers to help you in your career, right? For those of you that are new, to the IT field, these sessions will help you as well, okay? Again, please join that Telegram channel to get updates on whether the link to joining this class has changed, or and also for other useful, important information about what I'm doing, and especially the daily AWS and cybersecurity quizzes. You're gonna love them. Before I go, 1 more minute. How many are already part of the Telegram channel? I just want to see. I want to get an idea. Anybody already part of the Telegram channel? Can I get some yeses? Very good, very good, very good. All right, for other viewers watching this around the world, make sure you join the Telegram channel. You can still join me every Sundays at 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. All right, 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Next, don't worry, you haven't missed a lot. Just watch this video, and catch us next Sunday at 11 a.m. US Eastern Time for 1 hour, just 1 hour, right? To learn something that will be beneficial for your career as a AWS cloud consultant, solutions architect, cloud engineer, whatever you want to call it. All right, when will this recording be posted? The Telegram channel, right? I will post it as soon as I put it live online. As soon as I update the video, I would mention on the Telegram channel. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you joining me. I get a lot of energy when I know that people are live listening to me. So we'll continue to do this every Sunday. This is not it's just not going to be pre-recorded sessions. They're going to be live every Sunday for 1 hour. Thank you guys. Enough talking from my end. Looking forward to see you all next Sunday. Please share everything about these sessions, the videos, the links, what I've shared with you today. Share it with your networks, and I hope a lot of people around the world can benefit as well. All right. Thank you all so much. Waiyak, Astu. I see you all next weekend. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your week. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.